This one is called the pants. Take 8.
Hey! Welcome to another video edition of Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed.
Yes. He's Darrell.
And he's Ed.
Yes. And we got our racing jackets on because we're racing into this segment.
And we just want to remind our viewers out there that we are not really a YouTube show. This is just a supplement to our radio show, Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed, which airs on Unity Online Radio at unity.fm.
Unity.fm.
And you could also download us on iTunes.
Indeed.
And listen to us on your Stitcher app.
Boom.
But the reason we're doing today's show, which is titled, the video show is titled...
All in the Family.
That's right. Because on our last radio episode, which was titled Love or Nothing.
That's right.
And during that segment, I mentioned a great tool that a friend of mine told me about. Actually, It was a lady who they own a local coffee shop here at downtown Culver City.
We often mention it on our show. It's called the Conservatory.
Right across from Sony Studios.
Yes.
In the heart of Screenland.
Yes.
And she told me the best trick to feeling great with everybody. And I mean everybody in your what do you call it? What is this called?
Vicinity.
Your vicinity. So but I didn't give her credit yesterday or on the show Love or Nothing.
That's
so
right.
I felt really guilty about that. So today we're going to give her credit. Her name's Lisa.
Yep.
And one of the owners of the Conservatory. And we're going to tell you what that is. But before we get too far, we like to always start off with 3 centering breaths.
And this one's really going to get us ready for this show, which again is called All in the Family. So beforehand, Darrell came up with this little idea.
Yes, I did. I was very excited about it.
He explained it to me.
About 12 times
12
because I was so excited.
Yeah, and so let's take one breath to clear it out.
Ready?
And then it's just an old classic song. Who is this by? Sister Sledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
We are family.
We are family.
We are family.
I got all my sisters
And
with
me. Yeah. All right.
So the tool she gave me, which I actually have been putting into practice ever since.
Yes.
And I started doing it while I was during my walks up the hill in Culver City.
Oh, yes.
And there's a lot of people that walk on this hill. It used to be vacant, and I used to love it because no one knew about it. Well, now word got out.
Yeah.
And the grumbler, selfish Darrell that lives inside my head sometimes is like, man, this people, why are they all here?
Yeah.
I wanted this to myself. Oh, look at that one. Look at this one. And what she taught me to eliminate all that frustration without going, wait a minute, I shouldn't be thinking this because that's not a good thing to think this way and punishing myself and all that. The quickest switch was she said, oh, when I'm in a situation in a coffee shop or when there's a line or people in my vicinity that irritate me, I just go, what if they were all my cousins?
Yeah.
So I just say, these are my cousins. And I got to tell you, it is amazing how well it works. I used it on the hill yesterday. I used it on the hill today. And as soon as my mind starts to grumble, I go, these are my cousins.
Yeah.
And it's like no matter how they act,
yeah,
we tend to be more forgiving, I guess, when we think they're our friends or our family. We don't just... It just takes the critical mind. It turned it off.
Yeah, it goes along with what Darrell and I often ask. We were at Starbucks one day and we saw someone who was dressed in some type of spiritual garb. Remember that? And sometimes you see someone and it brings you joy, and sometimes you get like a weird put off feeling, no matter what they're wearing or what they look like. And we said the question that we always ask ourselves now is what we're doing about separation or is it about celebration?
That's right.
And by making everyone our cousins, the separation dissolves, and we can then celebrate like we're at a family reunion.
Yeah, and there's quirky Uncle Joe, and there's goofy Sister Rachel, and I swear to God, it's the best experiment.
Yeah.
Both Ed and I, we really want you to try it out.
Yeah.
And if you try it out, and we know your experience will most likely be fantastic, please email us at
funniestthing@unityonlineradio.org,
which will probably be here at the bottom of the screen.
I even used it today when Darrell came up with that breathing idea, because he kept saying to me, "You know what song I'm talking about, right?" And as soon as he mentioned the idea of We Are Family, I knew the song. So I was like 10 steps ahead trying to figure out, are we going to sing it or are we going to talk it? And I came across as like the rough uncle, because I was like, all right, I'm ready. I already know what song you're saying. But I just said, this is just the cousin who always asks me several times if I know what he's talking about long after I do.
I was very excited.
I know. And then I had to pat him on the back because I felt bad because I got kind of serious and heavy-handed with it.
But we got a few readings, real short and sweet.
This one right here is cool because Darrell just gave me a book by Jerry Jampolsky called, what is it called?
Say Goodbye to Guilt.
Say Goodbye to Guilt, which is a great book. Maybe we'll put that on our Goodreads as well.
That's right. Go to goodreads.com and use the search word Darrell and Ed, and you'll see all the books that we talk about on YouTube and on our radio show.
Yeah, so I was flipping through the books in my car to see if there was anything for today's show, and this is the one I found, which is from August 29th, 2005. This dude tucks these in all of his books, his pockets.
And this is actually from the Daily Word.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Daily Word.
So Ed, this fell into Ed's lap.
Yes.
And that's why, we both subscribe to Unity's Daily Word. I've been doing it for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
But we like the paper version because of this reason. Because I'll tear them out and throw them in a book or carry them with me in my calendar book, my little notepad. And you never know. You find them a couple of weeks or like in a situation like this, you go, wow, that was a really good one. And they usually pop up right at the most appropriate time. Just like if there's also the phone app. But you could check all that out at dailyword.com.
Darrell loves his little calendar book.
Yeah. I do.
I was going to have you read this one, but I'll read it since it's in the small print and I don't see your glasses anywhere.
That's true, nearby. And I'll read the Heaven and Mirth.
Yeah, we have another good quote. Because the whole thing, we talked about this on the Love or Nothing show. We were talking about the word enlightenment. And for us, the best use of it is, am I feeling lighter now than I was a minute ago or whatever? Do I feel lighter now? And so this one is the word of the day, Daily Word for August 29, 2005 was laughter. I am filled with a joy of spirit. There are those who have a special talent for making people laugh. They notice funny circumstances everywhere they go. With just the right placement of a bit of humor, they have the capacity to change the mood of a room full of people from stressful to stress-free. It is said that laughter is infectious. I believe this is true because laughter is meant to be shared. When I'm laughing with someone, I have no thought of irritation or worry.
True.
Laughter lightens my mood and joyfully uplifts my outlook on life, filling me with a spirit of gratitude. I share that gratitude with others when I smile, laugh, and enjoy this beautiful life that God has given me. It is through a thankful heart that I enjoy life. Acknowledging the good in all, I am filled with the joy of spirit. And then from Proverbs 15:13, a glad heart makes a cheerful countenance. This is the perfect supplemental little episode for Love or Nothing.
Yeah, I know. And we just thought we'd do this today, just now. And it's so easy to do. And now, so I just opened up another book we have here that we refer to, Between Heaven and Mirth.
Oh, it's a good one.
And that's by Father James Martin, which was suggested by the Daughters of St. Paul.
And it's a great one for showing how, even in Scripture, right, and in throughout the history of, the Catholic Church and through Christianity, that laughter and joy really is the highest expression of faith.
Yes, this helps detox a lot of people who may think that Catholicism is heavy-handed, which it can appear sometimes. Yeah. And this guy basically kicks that out the door and breathes fresh air, basically reassuring us throughout history that it's the highest form of prayer is joy, praise,
even
and
on the back. It says, rejoice always. That's a quote from St. Paul. That's no light. I mean, rejoice always? That's pretty good.
It doesn't say beseech and be happy.
No, 50% begging and worry, then the other half.
Yeah, if you beg hard enough, we'll let you laugh.
Yeah, we always rejoice.
Yes, laugh first, forget about beseeching. So this one,
that's something.
He wrote in here, it's called Get Down Off Our Pedestal.
Get down off it.
Yes, and it's from a book by Pope Benedict XVI. And the book was called God and the World. And he says, I believe God has a great sense of humor. Sometimes he gives you something like a nudge and says, don't take yourself so seriously. Humor is, in fact, an essential element in the mirth of creation.
Yes.
We can see how, in many matters in our lives, God wants to prod us into taking things a bit more lightly, to see the funny side of it, to get down off our pedestal and not to forget our sense of fun. This is perfect, too, because just by coincidence, on our Facebook page, which is Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed, on Facebook, the post we put up today said, let God take care of your worrying, and it opens up many possibilities, infinite possibilities, or something like that. But if you check it out, you'll get the correct quote.
And this goes hand in hand with one of the practices we like to do, which is point and laugh at ourselves in the mirror. And now we can sing, get down off it. Get down on it. How you gonna do it if you really don't want to dance?
Would you back up against the wall?
Get your back up off the wall.
And with that, how do we conclude our show?
Oh, let's do a little jokey thing.
Oh, yeah, we got one joke.
It's real short. It's just another book that's on our Goodreads, the Book of Catholic Jokes, confirmed funny. It says, the children were all lined up for their first confession when little Johnny's turn came. The priest asked him to confess his sins, and the boy promptly replied, Father, I threw a stone at Jimmy.
Well, that was a very misguided thing to do, my son, said the priest patiently.
It wasn't misguided at all, said little Johnny. I hit him. We should film this in front of a live studio audience so we can get some laughter.
Well, anyway, thank you so much. Ed normally plays some humming songs while I read this end part since you don't have your guitar.
Get down on it.
So subscribe to Funniest Thing Podcast on iTunes. It's easy. Go to the iTunes store, the iTunes app on your phone. We love to hear from you. Send all of your stories, comments, and suggestions to funniestthing@unityonlineradio.org. Follow us on Twitter at Darrell and Ed, and find the Funniest Thing fan page on Facebook, and like us. And most of all, thank you for being a part of Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed on Unity Online Radio.
Kapow. Wrong song.
That's all right.
Let's try another one.